So, on the list of people that, honestly, if we're just removed from society, I think everyone else would benefit greatly. On that list, we have Howard Schultz, the ex-CEO or something, or like he is the CEO, or I don't know, like he's something, of Starbucks. I guess he's still the CEO. Is again trying to do a lot of this union busting stuff. He's freaking the fuck out. I think there's like 20 plus Starbucks stores that have unionized across this country over the last year or two. And so, Howard Schultz, in this leaked video from More Perfect Union, is posting cringe once again. Exclusive. In a leaked video call, Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz begged managers to increase their union busting. The Billionaire CEO blasted unionizing, saying hourly employees as so-called workers and, quote, some outside force is going to dictate or disrupt who we are and what we do. So, let's watch.
We've always managed to overcome the obstacles, the challenges. The resiliency of the company is directly related to the leadership that you have provided. But the challenges right now are real and they're in front of us. And the challenges are multiple. The pandemic, a post-pandemic customer, the relationship we have with our customers, competitive threats, and now a new outside force that's trying desperately to disrupt our company. Well, I believe in Starbucks more than ever, because I believe in all of you. My faith and confidence in the future of Starbucks is based on my faith and confidence in you, not some outside force that's going to dictate or disrupt what we are and who we are.
So first of all, an outside force is hilarious because it's just people that work there. Like, you know, like if he's claiming that everyone who wants to unionize is specifically working at Starbucks and is like secretly just been like trying to like make friends with all the coworkers for the last 2 years just to unionize. I mean, honestly, if that's the case, that's awesome. That's something everyone should do. Just go insult a random workplace and try to get them to unionize. That's a great idea. But also, I doubt that that's happening. But let's continue.
One of the responsibilities in this changing world that we have right now of a store manager, of a district manager, of an RDO, is to really understand who the people in our stores are, to talk to them specifically about the role and responsibility that we have as a company to them and their families, and to encourage them to really understand what it might mean to vote for a union. And so it's critically important that everyone chooses to vote. Now, there are stories, I wasn't there, but there are stories that people potentially have been bullied not to vote. Think about that.
So, again, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. However, it's been documented that several people have been fired from Starbucks in random areas for trying to get together organization for the union. So we know for a fact Starbucks has fired several people for voting in favor of a union, and there is no recorded evidence or documentation of anyone bullying people not to vote in favor of the union. Like, if you are, like, what? Like, why would someone who's pro-union want to bully someone to not vote? Wouldn't they want to bully them to vote in favor of the union? Doesn't that make more fucking sense? Right? When you say don't vote to someone, like, what that means is that you think that if people don't vote, right, then it kind of like it's a way to endorse the status quo, right? Whatever's more likely to win, right, if we just get people away from the process, whatever's more likely to happen is going to be how it goes, right? So in this flipped up upside down world where Howard Schultz is envisioning, I guess, manufacturing in his mind, writing a fan fiction, like, the union drive is so overwhelmingly popular that the real, like, I guess, like, the real heroes, like the underdogs, are the anti-union voters, and they're getting bullied away from the polls. And if that's the case, if unions are that popular, I mean, you're kind of not gonna, like, if that's the case, which honestly it might seem like that might be the case at this point, but then you're fighting a losing war. Like, if unions are that popular, where they feel the need to bully people away from voting altogether instead of trying to get people to vote in favor of the union, then there's a lot more wrong, and Howard Schultz he doesn't have any chance to win this battle. Roseanne Williams, Starbucks president for North America, joined Schultz for the call. She told managers it is your number one responsibility to persuade store employees to vote no.
All of us are watching social media and all the stories that are coming out and the tweets that are coming out and the stories that I know personally. I have been in those stores with those partners. I have not seen some of the stories that people are saying are truths. Please do your role as a store manager. Make sure your partners get balanced information about what's going on, especially in this role of us union busting all over the country. I was in Buffalo for 4 months with our proud partners in Buffalo. I saw day to day what those partners did to run the very best stores they could, all the culture and their love in the community and their coffee. Proud Starbucks partners. There was no union busting going on there. We're just trying to make sure.
So once again, now obviously there's a vested interest, right, for them to say that there's no union busting, right? Because that would be, in a lot of ways, illegal. Like, you can try to, like, be anti-union, but union busting, for whatever reason, they decide, like, the laws are really bad in this country when it comes to unionization, right? So, like, almost everything everything is legal, but yet somehow these companies like Amazon as well and Starbucks are taking illegal ways to go about union busting. Like, again, firing people. I don't think this was in Buffalo. This may have been in another store. Firing people that are trying to lead the organizational efforts to unionize, right? This idea that, and also, once again, the National Labor Relations Board itself is involved in lawsuits with Starbucks over union busting. So I guess it's their position that they haven't union busted, right? So if that's their position in a lawsuit, then obviously that's what they're going to say in public and in private to shareholders and on video, right? If they went against that and acknowledged that there was union busting, then they wouldn't be able to win their case, right? So obviously they have a very important responsibility to their shareholders and to capital itself to maintain this fan fiction and narrative.
For that every single partner has a right to have their voice heard. So please, partners, don't believe everything you see in social media. For those of you that have reached out, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for me to see and hear how some partners are talking about the company that I love. It's heartbreaking to hear those that don't know who we are say things that I know not to be true.
Again, this is like a fucking, like, billionaire CEO and all of his millionaire, like, president and manager friends getting into a room saying it's heartbreaking that our employees want to have a raise after, like, we've not given them anything for the last fucking, like, 10, 20 years. Right? Like, it's just, like, it's embarrassing. It's cringe. It's cringe. But you can read more in this little write-up that they have here if you'd like. And I will link all that in the materials when I post a clip of a version of this. But again, not sending their best. The Starbucks people just publicly posting their meltdowns. Like, it's great to watch. Like, you'd think you want to cry in private, but they're crying. I mean, I guess technically it's a leaked conference call, so I guess technically they were crying in private. But I mean, you should know, if you're a billionaire, you should understand everything you say and do on any video or any recording or any online communication is going to be recorded and used against you. You should know that. Like, I mean, like, let's be honest, that they didn't know that this was going to be leaked and then they're too dumb to live. But anyway, once again, I support unions 100%. And I'm 100% in anti-support of corporations like Starbucks, which, again, employ slave labor across the globe, by the way. So they're literally slave owners. But, that's a whole different conversation, I'm sure. But anyway, fuck them. Hashtag fuck them. Can I get a fuck them in chat? Thank you.